Hey, Pisistratus.
Oh, by Zeus, I didn't see you there, Thespis.
So I had this idea. I wanted to run it by you first.
By all means.
You know how we recently started worshiping Dionysus here in Athens?
Of course.
I was thinking, a new god is great and all, but to really make him feel at home, to welcome him to the pantheon, so to speak, I was thinking we could have a festival in his honor, like an annual celebration.
I don't see why not. How would we celebrate this festival?
Oh, we'd have all the usual festivities: eating, drinking, dancing, parading around the city with a giant statue of a penis.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Parading around the city with a giant statue of a penis?
Yeah, that. Why would we do that?
Oh, because remember how when the Eleutherians brought that statue of Dionysus into the city a few weeks ago and we all refused to worship it at first, we immediately started getting those rashes all over our penises?
Oh, yeah, that was not fun.
And then as soon as we recognized Dionysus' divinity, the rashes all went away.
Not a minute too soon.
Exactly. So, I was thinking as a way of thanking Dionysus for that, we could carry a giant statue of a penis around the city, because he loves that stuff.
A little not safe for work, but if you insist.
And I was also thinking for this festival, we could build a theater and do plays.
Plays?
Yeah, like theatrical productions.
What are you talking about?
I mean, we could have a whole bunch of people put on costumes and pretend to be different people and then act out a whole bunch of crazy situations in front of an audience.
Why would anyone want to watch that?
For the same reason people like to listen to poetry, I imagine.
But won't all these situations obviously be fake?
Well, yes, but we don't have to convince people it's real, only to convince them to pretend like they don't know it's not real.
But even so, these people in costumes, they'd have to be very skilled at their craft. They'd have to convincingly display so many different emotions.
Actually, not really. All of them are going to be wearing masks.
Masks?
Yeah, just big masks that cover their entire faces, so at no point in the play should you be able to make out their expressions.
How many of these actors are going to be in a play?
Exactly 3.
Okay, but what if you need more than 3 characters?
Well, then we'll just have the same actors play multiple characters. We'll just have to give them enough time to change in between scenes and make sure there are no more than 3 on stage at any given time.
That feels kind of arbitrarily restrictive.
Pisistratus, I want you to listen to me very carefully. At no point in the play should there be more than 3 actors on stage. Never. If there are ever more than 3 actors on stage at any given time, the entire play is ruined.
Okay, Thespis, by Zeus, whatever you say.
But then, of course, we have the chorus, which doesn't count.
The chorus?
Yeah, the group of 12 to 15 people who talk and move in unison and converse with the other characters in the play and communicate vital information to the audience.
I thought you made very clear that you only wanted 3 actors on stage at any given time.
Well, yeah, excluding the chorus, obviously. You big dummy.
So why exactly does the chorus need to be there?
Because they're an essential part of every story. You know how sometimes you're just walking down the street and you run into a group of 12 to 15 old men who are moving and speaking in unison like they're connected to some kind of hive mind?
I can't say I have.
That's weird. It happens to me all the time.
I think you might need to check if you're hallucinating, because that's not really a normal thing that old men do.
Well, whatever. Either way, that's how the plays are going to go down. And I was thinking it would be fun to get different writers to make different plays every year and make a sort of competition out of it. Get people to vote on which play they like best.
Oh, that sounds fun. So what sorts of stories will these plays have?
Well, I was thinking we can do a few different genres. We'll do tragedies for one thing, of course, and those will be mostly inspired by mythology and feature tragic heroes and gods.
Gods? How would we portray the gods?
Same as all the other characters. We just put a guy in a costume.
Yeah, okay, but aren't gods supposed to be able to, fly and summon lightning and create earthquakes?
Okay, yes. So here's what I was thinking about that. We get a guy, and we attach him to a crane, like a mechanical crane, that will lower him from the ceiling of the theater so it looks like he's flying.
I don't really think anyone would buy that.
It'll be iconic, trust me. And anyway, the gods will usually only show up at the very end of a play to help resolve all the conflict, so it's not like he'll be hanging there the whole time.
Hold on, are you saying that that's how every play is going to end, with some god in the form of a machine coming down from the sky to solve everyone's problems?
A lot of them, yeah.
I'd kind of get worried that people would get tired of that and eventually start using the phrase God in the form of a machine as a general term for lazy, contrived endings.
Well, we have to cut costs where we can. And anyway, it's not like we can literally show the gods ripping up the earth and throwing mountains at each other like they do in mythology.
Okay, but if these plays are going to be based on myths, how are we going to show that stuff? Because I was listening to the Odyssey the other day, and there's a scene where Odysseus has to fight like a 6-headed demon monster. How would we show that?
Yeah, okay, so for stuff like that, I was thinking it can pretty much all happen off stage.
Off stage?
Yeah, we'll just have a messenger character come running in and explain everything that happened off stage to the characters who are still on stage, who will just stare at him like the whole time he's talking.
I kind of feel like we'd be missing out on showing the coolest stuff then.
No, come on. Hundreds of years from now, people aren't going to worry about the special effects or the acting or any of that nonsense. The only part of these plays that people are going to worry about is the poetry, which incidentally has to be in a specific meter.
Meter?
Yeah, if it's a sad scene, you have to speak in the sad meter. If it's an exciting scene, you have to speak in the excited meter.
All the characters are going to be speaking like that all the time?
Well, come on, Pisistratus. Are you telling me that when you're mourning the loss of a loved one, you would speak in the happy meter instead of the sad meter?
I don't really usually speak in any meter. When I'm sad, I usually just lie on the floor and groan and try not to throw up.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be plenty of that, too. For example, in a really sad scene, we might have the chorus break out into a good old Io, io, moi, moi.
A good old what?
You know how sometimes when you're sad, you just have to go Ew, ew, moi, ototoi, ototoi.
I have never in my life heard a human being say ototoi.
Well, you might be falling behind, sir. It's how all the cool kids are grouping nowadays.
Okay, but you said there are going to be other genres of play too, right? Not just tragedies?
Oh, yeah, of course. We'll also do comedies.
Oh, that sounds more fun. So are these also going to be inspired by mythology?
Actually, I was thinking the comedies could be more political.
Political.
Yeah, you know, like political satire about wars and the legal system and influential public figures.
Those seem like kind of serious subjects to make comedies about.
No, trust me, it'll be hilarious. Like, for example, if there's a politician who's really unpopular, we might make him be a character in a play, and then we can have him be like, look at me, I'm a big dumb guy. I'm a big dumb politician guy. I'm a stupid guy. I'm a politician. I'm dumb.
I feel like a playwright would almost certainly get in trouble for doing something like that.
Oh, almost assuredly he will.
And he probably should. I mean, what if thousands of years from now, these are the only surviving documents about the politician in question? People in the future won't be able to distinguish fact from fiction.
Oh, don't worry. We'll make it obvious that the comedies are exaggerated. We might even break the fourth wall sometimes and have one of the actors speak directly to the audience as if he's the playwright.
That sounds like it would be kind of annoying.
Well, we have to leave room for that sort of thing. And anyway, it would just be a quick intermission so the playwright can be like, hey guys, I know you all really enjoyed my play last year, but I still came in second place instead of first place, so please vote for me so I can come in first place this year, okay? Fingers crossed.
Okay, but that would just completely destroy any sense of immersion.
They'll get used to it. Speaking of which, hey guys, it's Nathaniel here from Generic Entertainment. If you're enjoying the video, please be sure to like and subscribe because every bit helps more than you can know. Thank you so much.
What was that?
What was what?
Who are you just talking to?
It doesn't matter. Anyway, comedies and tragedies, those will be two of the genres.
Will there be a third genre?
Well, there will also be satyr plays, of course.
What plays?
You know, satyr plays.
Like plays about satyrs? Those guys who are like half human, half horse?
Exactly, plays about satyrs. Satyrs doing satyr things.
Why would that be a whole genre?
Well, because it's one of the three genres, sir. You know, when somebody asks you what are the three genres of literature, you say comedies, tragedies, and satyr plays.
I don't think I would say that, actually.
And of course, the satyr plays will be paired with the tragedies.
What?
Yeah, every day of the festival we'll put on a trilogy of tragedies, and then at the end of the trilogy of tragedies, we'll do a satyr play, just as a bonus.
So, just to be clear, we're going to have the audience watch an entire trilogy of tragedies about suffering and despair and misfortune, and then immediately afterwards watch this ridiculous play about satyrs goofing off?
Yeah, you know, singing, dancing, walking around with visible erections, making fart jokes, stuff like that.
I just don't think that's going to catch on.
Trust me, sir, in 2,000 years, comedies, tragedies, and satyr plays are still going to be the three fundamental types of literature.
Well, you know, Thespis, this is an awfully strange project that you've conceived, but I hope you're right.
I know I am.
So anyway, back to these performers, these people who are going to be in the play. Do you have any idea what we might call them? I mean, this is like an entirely new concept.
Well, I do have a few ideas.